Frankie and Cameron are back with us. And guys, Matthew Schaefer, 18 years old. He's played exactly 8 NHL games, but he has really taken the hockey world by storm. And that's not easy to do, playing for the Islanders. And Cameron, he's Canadian, born in Hamilton, Ontario. The Olympics are this year. Should Canada be picking Schaefer for the team?
No. Unfortunately for Schaefer, Canada's track record just makes it seem like it's not going to happen. Now, he's had a wonderful start to his career. It's a testament to him that he's even being discussed to be on Team Canada. But 8 games a career does not make. His resume does not last and does not hold up against these other players. And again, he's good enough to play in the Olympics, but is he good enough to play over the players that are already there? No. And like I said, 8 games is not enough of a track record for them to really heavily trust him in scenarios like playing against the Americans, like playing against Sweden. And you need to be able to trust all your defensemen. So he's played wonderful. His skating is amazing. He's a one-man breakout. I just do not think he has done enough to surpass the players that are already going to be there.
I wouldn't be surprised if he's in the mix and he makes it seem closer because, okay, let's do the history lesson on Matthew Schaefer. He plays 17 games in the Ontario Hockey League last season, and he goes first overall. And then coming into the season, there would have been some wonder to, is he going to play the whole year? Do you release him for World Juniors? He didn't play that much last year. And out of the gates, he looks like a seasoned veteran. Now, I kind of look back at the Drew Doughty thing, where Drew Doughty made Canada's Olympic team in his second year in the NHL. And very deserving of being there. You know, Matthew Schaefer has all the tools of a player that could play in this type of tournament, which sounds so crazy to say at 18 years old. An 18-year-old defenseman in the NHL, it's about survival. This guy's doing more than just surviving. He is thriving. Ultimately, like Cameron's saying, you know, what's it going to come down to? Are you taking a spot away from Devon Taves, Josh Morrissey, Shea Theodore, Travis Sanheim, Thomas Harley? It gets pretty crowded when you look at left-handed defensemen. But boy, he would be making them think twice about having him there because of the season he is having and the way he skates and how mature he looks on the ice. It's pretty remarkable. It just feels like it's a lot for him to surpass all those players that are already so solidified in their NHL careers. And because they've played so much more, would have more of a trust factor with the brass picking Team Canada.
Yeah, I think, too, at 18 years old, you wonder how long he can really sustain this level of play, too, just going for that full stretch in this NHL season, let alone going to the Olympics in addition to that. Now, guys, you both played D. This hype surrounding Schaefer, it's huge. Cameron, is it warranted?
I think it is. Like Frankie said, he only had 17 games last year in the OHL. He's only played 8 so far. So for him to play that little amount of hockey and have this big of an impact, it's amazing. Again, both ends of the rink, 23 and a bit minutes of ice time on not the best team. Yes, they're fun to watch. Yes, they're clearly becoming more of a team when you see them sticking up for each other, but they're still not a great team, and he's able to produce the way he is. The impact and the hype is real, and it's warranted, but at this point in his career, it's just that, it's hype. And until he can do it for a bit longer, and like you said, 82 games is a lot more than 17.
Sure is.
So if he can try to get even halfway through the season, then we can maybe reassess, get to a point where we can think of him as more than just hype, but an actual established top pairing, maybe top defenseman on a team. Until that point, I'm not quite ready to get past it's just hype.
What I like about the way he's played early in his career is he's not in a hurry after he gets up in the rush to go back and play D. He's very willing to stick into the fight in the offensive zone, plant himself around the net. It doesn't feel like, whoa, this is foreign territory. I'm just an 18-year-old defenseman. I got to get out of here because I'm going to get burnt on a play. He doesn't have that. If anything, it's the opposite. He says, you know what? I'm going to double down and I'm going to push for some offense. And I can trust that I have the legs and the skating to get back and be the first player who recovers. He's done that so many different times. You know, Patrick Waugh must be looking down the bench, you know, deciding who to put on the ice and see Matthew Schaefer and say, I got to put this kid on. He's my best defenseman. He wants the puck. He's not afraid of what could happen if something goes wrong. He's got so many things going for himself. He's only going to get better. He's scratching the surface. He's a very special player. And you guys have to love seeing his charisma and his character coming through the screen as well when he's talking on the microphone. He's a confident kid, and it very much shows in his play.
Yeah, he certainly seems older than he is. And just for reference, Canada's youngest D-man at last year's Four Nations face-off, injury replacement Thomas Harley of the Stars, he was 23 years old then.